What are you eating? Is that a banana? Is that a real banana? Can I have some? No? Hi, as you know, I'm probably Nick Shell. And I think it's important that I make this video. I'm so proud to have over 3,000 of you subscribing to my hair loss channel. I'm so proud of that. And I'm hearing less murmurings of, Nick, you're obsessed with hair loss. That's all you ever talk about. Why don't you talk about something else? I'm not hearing that as much more, and that makes me proud because I know if you're here, you belong here. You want to be here. You want to hear about hair loss 2 or 3 times a day, and I appreciate that. But what I want to remind everybody of, and all 3,000 of you, is I have another channel. So, in the event you can't get enough Nick Shell, but you'd be curious to see what else Nick Shell has to say that's never about hair loss, let me just invite you to the other side. And it's called Family Friendly Daddy Blog. It's a YouTube channel that's meant as an extension of my blog. Because remember, even though you know me as a hair loss guy, that's only part of my identity. Who I really am is a husband and father, a stay-at-home dad who works from my house making videos and writing articles. And I'm a good blogger, by the way. My blog is familyfriendlydaddyblog.com. I'm a writer. People pay me to write stuff. They even pay me to do a guest blog. Like, they're like, hey, I want to talk about my furniture store. I'm like, okay, pay me $100 and I'll let you do it. And they do it. Okay, I'm a good writer. I know how to do this thing. So I did the other channel to back that up. Well, what do I talk about as a writer? Well, a lot of what I talk about is what I do make videos for on that channel. Let's just check out a few. And then that way you can at least check it out. And if you say, you know what, Nick, I only want to hear you talk about hair loss 2 or 3 times a day, that's all I want you for, my feelings won't be hurt. But just imagine, think of it as a spinoff, right? Think of it as a spinoff that might be something you'd be into. I'm just going to read off several of the most recent videos I've done on that channel, and let's see if any of this would be something, you know what, I'd want to hear that video. I'd want to hear his take on that, all right? And by the way, obviously I make videos based on what people are already looking for and watching. So I know it's easy to think, oh, you sound obsessed over this thing. No, people are Googling stuff and I'm making videos to answer those questions. That's called SEO, search engine optimization. As a blogger and a YouTuber, I need to already be where people are going to, right? All right, so here's one. MyHeritage DNA test results. Everyone is Finnish and or Nigerian because on MyHeritage, so many people show one of those 2 things, if not both. Next one. Mexican Jews secretly migrated to New Mexico? Tell me more. That's true, by the way. The next one. How would you find your doppelganger if you were me? Talking about the soup thing. I'm asking people before my episode premieres on February 20th on Lifetime. Here's a fun one. If you're Bulgarian, Romanian, Macedonian, or Filipino, are you more likely to have a mole on your face? Because the other channel talks a lot about DNA test results, and somebody said if you're Bulgarian, Romanian, or Macedonian, which I am, then you're more likely to have a mole on your face. And then I added to the mixed Filipino because almost every Filipino person I've ever met had a mole on their face. Like, I think it's more of a coincidence, and maybe I'm wrong. All right, next, what else? And I'm just going in the most recent ones I've done. Next, what I really think about my wife, since she won't be watching this anyways. ... Ooh. All right. Oh, the next one. Can you predict my doppelganger's ethnicity if I find him? The guy on the soup. I openly share my DNA, and then, you know, if I find him, what will his DNA be? This is a fun one. So, you know how I joke around from time to time. Remember those intervention videos I did, which a lot of people sadly believe were true. Okay, come on. Come on, seriously? Let's talk about this. Just 8 feet over there in the kitchen. I'm doing this hair video, and then my wife just walks up, and she says, I think he's right. And then she does the intervention, the whole thing about Best Buy. People believe that was real. It was completely staged. If it says intervention in the title, I talked to my wife before. I talked to my mom before. I talked to my dad before. I said, hey, we're going to do this joke of a video. And you're going to pretend to intervene. And you're going to pretend to shut my channel down. And people believe that. They thought that was real. I joke around. I do satire. I satirize my own videos. Anyway, so on the other channel, because I talk about DNA tests so much, I did one called American Proves on a Map that Spain is part of Mexico, not Europe. So that's a fun one. I had a lot of fun doing that one. It's not showing up very clearly, but oh well, who cares? If you really want to watch it, you can watch it on another channel. All right. So anyway, there's just the most recent ones I've done. Oh, I like this one too. This was fun. I did one called, "Is every guy named Nick the same? Scheming, yet loyal, and slightly ethnic?" Anyways, it's a lot of fun. I need 1,000 subscribers on that channel by February 20th, or YouTube won't let me make money off of it anymore. I'm halfway there, I'm at like 500. So if you end up liking it, would you please subscribe? Because otherwise, I'll lose half of my income from YouTube. Because February 20th is the deadline. Otherwise, YouTube says, you know what? This other channel is not getting enough traffic. We're not going to fund it anymore. That's the truth. I'd appreciate you subscribing. But just more than anything, consider this. Consider that you see one part of me 2 or 3 times a day. Hair loss Nick, right? That's not mostly who I am. It's this much of who I am. So if you like me and you want to say, what else does Nick talk about? What else does he do? He seems like a pretty intelligent guy. I'd like to see what else he has to say about other stuff. Family Friendly Daddy Blog, the YouTube channel. And if you really want to know more about me, go to familyfriendlydaddyblog.com, which is my blog. There's more to Nick Shell than just Nick Shell, the YouTube channel. You're invited. I cordially invite you. And if you say, you know what, Nick, no, I only want to hear you talk about hair loss, then it's simple. Just keep watching this channel and don't do anything else except for go to Arby's and get the biggest roast beef bologna sandwich you can get, because their roast beef is bologna, right? I mean, everyone knows that's not real roast beef. It's like bologna paste and then they cook it, right?